Hi everyone, Ricky here from Tech Talk. Thanks very much for joining us. Today we are doing a comparison with the iPhone 7 and the Sony Xperia XZ. So thanks always for Vodafone for sending me out these two great models. Remember to give it a double like for sending out two phones. Absolutely fantastic of them. Hi everyone, Ricky here from Tech Talk. Hope you are doing well. So today I'm bringing you a comparison with the Sony Xperia XZ versus the iPhone 7. So today we're going to go through multiple different tests. So we've got some speed tests, we've got movie trailers, we've got specs, and we've got pricing. But first of all, let me show you around these two great phones. So first of all, comparisons side by side. There is a difference in size. The iPhone is 4.7 inch versus the Xperia XZ, which is a 5.2 inch. But more about specs a lot later on. So let me just put these two together, bring them side by side so you can have a little look down the sides, round at the tops. So the Xperia is more gone for their squared shaped, where the iPhone's gone for a very rounded shape this time, but still looking very much like the iPhone 6 when we first saw the iPhone 6 come out. So let me go around each display and tell you what's going to be on your device and what you might find. So first of all, on the Sony Xperia here, we've got an NFC tag here, so you can use NFC. You've got an ambient light sensor here, and you've got an LED flash as well on the front here, so you can get notifications via LED. On this device, you've got two front-facing speakers that look very nice. Also, you've got your front-facing camera, which is 13 megapixels. So if I just turn to the top here, you're going to find a 3.5 jack, which you're not going to see on the iPhone these days. Also, you're going to find a microphone. So on the left-hand side, you're going to find a SIM card tray and your SD card tray. I'm not actually going to pull that out as it will make the phone restart. So taking a look at the bottom of this phone, you're going to find another microphone, and also you're going to find a USB-C charger port, which I will believe you're going to see on the next iPhone, as now all their MacBook Pros do use USB-C, and you can't actually charge your brand new iPhone on a new MacBook Pro, which I find very ridiculous, and I think that's a fault by Apple. But you're going to find USB-C charger port there and syncing. So turning to the right hand side, first of all, you've got a dedicated camera button, you've got your volume rockers, and you've got a different coloured power switch there which turns on and off, and also that is your fingerprint sensor. So talking about fingerprint sensors, let's show you the speed differences between these two. So unlocking both these devices in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it is a lot quicker on the Xperia XZ there. So it does read very quick. If I just show you how quick this reads compared to the iPhone. If I just do this on the iPhone, it takes quite a while longer to actually do compared to this. How quick is that? That's ever so quick. And your thumb is just on that silver bit, and I had to do it multiple times. I had to do it multiple times to set it up, but it does work very quick. Carry on looking around the Sony Xperia. So on the back, we've got our 23 megapixel camera, some flashes, and you do have the Xperia brand there as well. So moving on to the iPhone, first of all, on the front of the display, you've got dual front-facing speakers, but one speaker is up here and one speaker is down here, but they still class this as dual front-facing. Also, you have your camera up here, and you have multiple sensors inside here as well. Turning around to the top of the device, you're not going to see anything at all. So taking a look at that left-hand side of this, first of all, you can see that camera portraying out. It's quite a bold there. So you'll find your vibrate switch and your volume rockers. So taking a look at the bottom, you're going to find two grills. One's going to be your microphone and one's going to be your speaker. Also, you have your lightning connection port there, like I discussed. I do believe this is going to be changing to USB-C from next year. So turning to the right hand side, first of all, you're going to find your power switch, and also your SIM card tray is here as well. So taking a look at the back now, you can see how much that camera does bulge up there. You do have your camera, which is 12 megapixel. You've got a microphone, and you've got your quad LED flash, and you can see an Apple logo, and this is in the matte black color from iPhone here. So operating systems on these, we've got iOS, we've got Android, both working very well, both really up to date and performing very well. You're going to get fast, quick motions flying through the systems. If we fly all the way to the left on the iPhone, you've got multiple different things now, which I think is a lot better. On the left hand side of the Xperia XZ, you've got Google. Go home here, so we've got 3 capacitive touch buttons versus the new iPhone button. which once you get used to it is okay. So pulling down from the top, we've got our notification area. We've got our better widget area with the Android device. So for ours, all we've got at the moment is our little widget area down here, which is vastly improving. We've got music now. You've got the smart home feature, which is fantastic, I think. So now let's move on to testing out these displays and the sound quality. So what we're going to do is watch a movie trailer. The movie trailer I have got for you is Pet. Okay, so both our movie trailers are up and ready to go. First of all, we're going to hear the sound from the Sony Xperia XZ. Same as the iPhone, it does have dual front-facing speakers, so the sound is not on the back. So we're going to get the best sound possible. Halfway through, we will switch to the iPhone speakers as well, so you get to hear both. So getting ready to start in 3, 2, 1.
Bye, Gidget.
So long, Mel.
Bye, Mel. See you later, Chloe.
Max, I'll see you tonight.
Ever wonder what your pets think about?
Oh, I miss her so much.
She's back!
Forgot my phone.
Oh, I miss her so much.
What they talk about.
Hey, fellas, how's it going? Hey, fellas, how's it going?
And what they do when we're not home.
Any plans today?
Look at my plans. It's all laid out right here.
That ball of fluff's got a screw loose.
Max, this is Duke. He's going to be your brother.
Wait, I got a bad situation.
I'm your friend, and as your friend, I gotta be.
You be a good boy, Leonard.
Okay, so that was the movie trailer, Secret Life of Pets. As you can see, it's on the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Go and check it out for yourself. It's also available on Blu-ray and DVD now. So I think it's a fantastic film. It's a great animated film from Pixar. If you haven't seen it yet, to go and see it when you can. Also, I think sound-wise, I think the Sony Xperia sounds a lot better. The iPhone sounds like it's trying to scream out that noise. It seems quite high-pitched. I know my microphone's not the best of qualities, but surely you guys can hear a difference there. Okay, so that was actually looking at the display and the sound on both these models. Now let's move on. Okay, so next is moving on to the speed of these devices. Both these phones are relatively the same in spec. There's a full list of specs coming up and I'm going to go through them with you very shortly. But first of all, let's run Geekbench 4 to get a speed test result. And also we're going to run Speedtest Net over the Vodafone network to see how well we do, and then also we're going to run it over the Wi-Fi to see which device picks it up better through the Wi-Fi. So first of all, what you need to do is load Geekbench 4. So we've got it here, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the iPhone was a little ahead there. Okay, so what we're going to do is run the test together here, and I'll make a note which one came out in the beginning. So we'll get ready to start the test in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have completed the test. I just want to let you know the iPhone did complete it first, but the Sony Xperia XZ wasn't too far behind it. So first of all, our single core score for the iPhone is 3,462. On the Xperia XZ, our single core score there is 1,656. That's quite a difference. That is over double the difference for the iPhone. So the iPhone is performing twice as much on single core compared to the Sony Xperia here. Our multi-core score is 5,762 on the iPhone and 4,026 on the Xperia XZ. So that isn't too bad. That isn't as big a result compared to the single core score, but it's still 1,500 points behind the iPhone. Okay, so that was Geekbench 4, and these are our two results that we can take away from this. So software and hardware work very different with different models and different software. People are so for iOS or so for Android, but to be honest, some of these devices only comes down to software and hardware working together. Some companies can do it really well. Some companies do actually drop a little stitch with it and it doesn't work as well. So let's move on to Speedtest Net. Launching the application in 3, 2, 1. What I will do is run one and then run the other because it will put an unfair result on the Wi-Fi first of all. Okay, so as you can see here, the results for my Wi-Fi are very, very close for both phones. To actually put an outright winner is the Sony Xperia XZ. Performed slightly better, and it is only very slightly, as you can see for these results here. So what I'm going to do is run again on the Vodafone network. Again, we'll run one device first and then we'll run another. Okay, as you can see, we've had a bit of an issue here. I have tried multiple times to get this device to work with the network. Seems to be my SIM card. As you can see, I have got network coverage there, but it's just Edge at the moment. As you can see with the iPhone, we did get a very impressive score. It's not very fair to compare against a device that doesn't provide a score. So I just want to bring in this quick little bit. So moving on to specs and pricing for both these models. So everything I read first will be for the Sony Xperia XZ and then the iPhone. So first of all, the release date for both of these. The Xperia was in October 2016 and the iPhone was in September, so very close together. Weight-wise, the Xperia XZ weighs 161 grams versus 138 grams from the iPhone. Moving on to thickness now. The Xperia XZ is 8.1 versus 7.1, so there is a millimeter in it. If I just bring these side by side, you can see. From the naked eye, it doesn't actually look like there is a difference there. For me, maybe in the video you guys can see this. So software, this is running Android 6.0.1, which is the latest software except for 7, which is only on the Google Pixel and some other devices at the moment. The iPhone running iOS 10.1 and all available software for that when that is released. Storage wise, with the Xperia, you're going to get 32 gigabytes or a 64 gigabyte option with a micro SD up to 256, so you can really expand this device. The iPhone dropped the 16 gigabytes finally, and now we have an option of 32, 128 and 256 gigabytes, dropping the 64 gigabyte version, which I thought was a bit unfair from Apple. I think they should drop that 32 and just go with the 64. But remember, there is no SD card available on the iPhone. So moving on to displays now, the XZ has a 5.2 inch display, which is 1080 by 1920 versus the iPhone's 4.7 inch with a resolution of 750 by 1334. So the PPIs, the winner is the XZ with 424 PPI and the iPhone has 326 PPI. So turning around to the cameras now, as you can see, if I tilt them to the side here, the iPhone one is really protruding out, but the winner is the Xperia device as it has a whopping 23 megapixels compared to 12 megapixels on the iPhone. Both of them are available to record in 4K and you're going to get great footage from this. Also on the iPhone you have that quad flash versus the dual flash on the Xperia. So on the front facing cameras you're going to get a 13 megapixel camera with the XZ versus a 7 megapixel camera on the iPhone, but they are both available to do full HD recording now, which is nice. Apple has really stepped it up. Moving into RAM, the Xperia XZ has 3 gigabytes of RAM compared to 2 gigabytes on the iPhone. Moving on to battery now, the Xperia XZ offers a 2900 mAh battery compared to a 1960. So that's nearly 1,000 difference in milliamp hour, which means your XZ is going to last a lot longer than the iPhone. So moving into processors now and graphics. The Xperia offers a quad-core processor at 2 cores running at 2.15 GHz and 2 cores running at 1.6 GHz. And the iPhone is running that new Apple A10 Fusion chip, which offers a quad core running at 2.34 GHz. Graphic wise, the XZ is running an Adreno 530 chip compared to 6 cores of graphics on the iPhone 7. We don't know what sort of level they are, but they do offer a 6-core graphic type. Okay, so moving on to pricing now. Remember, I will put links in the description so you can go and choose the best price for you on the Vodafone website. So I've gone for roughly the same sort of packages, what you'll get, and let me go through them with you. First of all, for the Xperia XZ, and this is the 32GB model, so that's for both of these, you'll pay £37 per month on a 24-month plan, £20 up front, and that will get you 6GB of data, unlimited calls and unlimited text, and 500 megabytes of inclusive roaming. For the iPhone, a 32GB model for the iPhone 7 will cost you £47 per month, £50 up front, and you'll get 8GB of Vodafone 4G data, unlimited minutes, unlimited text, and that 500 megabytes of inclusive roaming. So there is a little bit more extra cost for the iPhone compared to the Xperia XZ. Please bear that in mind. Like I said, there will be a link in the description as well to both these models, so you can go and check them out for yourself and choose the best package for you, because there is loads of different packages. But let me know which one you prefer, why you prefer it. There is going to be a full review, dedicated review for the Xperia XZ on the channel, and a full dedicated review for the iPhone 7 as well. So remember, please give that double thumbs up, as it did help for Vodafone send both these out, so I can bring you a comparison video. Any questions, comments, leave down below. It's always great to hear from you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.